I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube, and today I'm going to do a recap of everything that I stitched in 2024. It's a ton of stuff, and I'm so excited to show you. I tried to do a mix of different designers, different fabrics, different styles, and then on January 8th, 2025, I will talk about my plans for 2025 so that we just have those separate. And I'm going to tell you the name of the pattern, the designer, and what I stitched my fabric on. I probably won't go into detail about too much of the finishing because I'll probably get that wrong. So I'm going to kind of just go ahead and start. And we're going to start with the very first thing, and it's the temperature for 2023. So this one I finished at the end of 2024, and this one is I used the temperature thread pack. I had it, oh, our screen is frozen. I stitched this on 25 count cloud by Lori Holt, and if you're looking at it right here, there is actually a mistake. That's why it's not as straight. And I just decided to just leave it. All of this is all kind of messed up. And I just said, you know what, just leave it. So it's 80 stitches by 87 stitches. And then my temperature for 2024, I'll show it to you next to it. So you can decide between the two if you want to do one. And then we didn't do a design for 2025 just because we have two already. I feel like that's enough. And this one, I think it would look really good if I just used the same frame. And if they come out kind of about the same size, I could put them on the same wall. Let me see. And they use the same thread pack. It's just DMC. It's the same temperature chart. So if I had it framed in the same size, that would work. And then this one is on pale gray gingham. So 2023 temperature, 2024 temperature, both patterns by Fat Quarter Shop and available at Fat Quarter Shop only. So that's kind of how we start off the year. The next, I'm going to show you the different shelf lives by It's So Emma. And there are 12 of these. I have only finished 10 so far. All of these finish about 3 inches by 4 inches. And I stitched them on the black Monaco by DMC. I used called for thread, and that's basically, it was a mix of DMC and Classic Colorworks. The jar, the pink, no, the aqua, the gray, and the white are all DMC. The rest is Classic Colorworks. So that's January, February, March. April. May. And June. And all of these are finished on these wood pieces that we sell, and Denise finished all of them. So that's June. And she did glue this part down just because I'm not interchanging them. Then we have July. August. September, and the pattern is available as PDF or as paper. And then September. And then I'll finish October and November. I mean November and December this year. But I think they're really cute. And then what we're planning to do is put them up at Fat Quarter Shop, like kind of in a row in a conference room or something like that, where they're all displayed together. It'll look really good. I'm very excited about that. I just have to finish. This next one that I'm going to show you, I'm very excited about. This is Square Dance can you zoom out a little bit, by Heart in Hand. And this is the best finishing idea that Denise has ever done. So we found this wooden piece, we sell it, and I'll find the name. I think we're sold out, but we have more on order, and it's very lightweight. Like, it's called the wooden 12 compartment tray. It's only $25, super cute. And we found it, and when it came in, she said, I think I can make it fit. Oh.
You can pop them out.
Oh, you pop, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so you can, oh, I see, you like pop them.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing a video on this? No.
I hadn't planned on doing that.
Okay. So anyway, so they, so cute. So basically underneath is soft and stable. And so these are there's 4 patterns. So each quarter has a different pattern. They're all designed by Heart in Hand. They all finish at 40 stitches by 40 stitches. I stitched on the 28 count Monaco by DMC, and then I just used called for colors, and there are little buttons that came with the pattern, so you can see those. But what I love about it is it can sit up like that, so it could sit on a shelf. You could attach a like a wooden sawtooth hanger and put it on the wall, and they're not glued in or anything, so you could interchange them. So it looks really good. So love this finishing, super cute. I think I'm gonna hang this in my office. But we just found that tray, and I was like, there's no way that will really fit in there, and it does. And I'm glad, because I'm glad that I didn't do I did change all of the letters to be a different font color. All of the words to be a different thread color. And so I like that, because if I would have done all of them in this dark brown, I think it would have been a lot, like a little too much. And then the monthly weigh-in series by Stitching with the Housewives. This one started in 2023. And so I'm going to show you the ones that I did for 2024. And this sits up here. This is a piece by Paisleys and Polka Dots, and she painted it for us. So these all finish about 84 by 98. And 21 by 70, and I use tea-dye Monaco on all of them. I do have all 12 done. I'm just showing you the ones I did this year. I used called for threads, and then these are just finished exactly like Priscilla did. So this is January. And February. So cute. And then this one, can you zoom in, Jordan? And I want to show how I did this. Sometimes when you have like a long stitch that's super long, I tacked it down. Like you can see the little tack right there, just so it wouldn't start going wavy. And then March. And this is one where what I'm planning to do is just keep this up all year and then switch out the months each month. And then what you can do is just get like a box from a Container Store or something like that, and just keep them in the drawer underneath so it's all kind of together. One thing I did work on the last couple of weeks is organizing all my stuff and just kind of getting everything together. And then April has the bunnies. I think I changed the color of the bunnies, if I remember correctly. And I'm pretty sure that's Thundercloud. How I remember that, I don't know. And then we have May. Super cute. I do have 2 bird feeders now, and I'm so excited. I watch the birds. And it's funny because they're really loud because there's so many birds. And Kevin's like, there's birds are waking me up. I'm like, yeah, that's why I got the bird feeders. And then June is probably my favorite. And then, and then the June. And thank you to Denise who finished all of these, and to Priscilla who finished some of the ones I'm going to show you in a little bit. July. Obviously, I don't have a garden, so this one's kind of not relatable to me. But if I had a garden, I assume I would have tomatoes. And then August. And then, like I said, the September, October, November, December, those were done in 2023. Allie says she's missed FlossTube so much. Thank you. And these are monthly weigh-ins by Stitching with the Housewives. And the series is all done. And we're kind of showing it by series. We're doing all the series up front. We're not necessarily going in order of the dates because that would be kind of messy. We had a club called Sayings of the Season at Fat Quarter Shop that was designed by Stitching with the Housewives. And it was a kit. Some of the kits are still available at very low stock, but it's available only at Fat Quarter Shop. There are 4 kits left over. They all are stitched with the 28 count Monaco, and the thread and the fabric for this cross stitch fabric and this fabric right here are included. This is not included. So there's spring, and these are Saying of the Seasons. Summer, autumn, and winter. And if you haven't signed up, we have another club coming up that is called
Sweet Seasons.
Sweet Seasons. And I've already done the first one, so super excited about that. I don't think we know the finishing yet on that. But this is really cute. And when Denise finished this one, or did Priscilla?
Priscilla did spring.
Priscilla did spring, and then you can just leave something generic in the tin each time so that you don't have to change it each time. And then another series that was by Stitching with the Housewives is called Word Swap. So I'm going to show each of them to you that I finished. There's only like 1 or 2. I think I didn't do the Halloween one because I don't usually decorate. I don't decorate for Halloween. My husband does, but I don't. So this is Daisy's. And all of these were stitched on 14 count Aida whitewashed board. Called for colors. I might have switched, a couple of things. And then Denise finished all of these using the same frame listed on the pattern. And just since mine came out a little bit, it's all the same as hers, right? I think it's the exact same as hers.
Yes. We just didn't finish it to the edge because we wanted that line.
Oh yeah, we finished ours a little bit longer because we wanted this right here, and right here is part of the fabric. So here's 3 of them: daisies, rabbits, and sunflowers. Lemons. And this one I haven't decided if I'm gonna try to do like something all together with this, just to kind of have all the signs together, or if I'm going to switch it out each month. I haven't decided. But I am very happy with the Aida choice that I made. It just required me every month to really count and not just start wherever. That was the only thing. And then we have Santa Claus and pumpkins. Great colors, great fabric colors. And all of these fabrics in the back are all fabrics from Henry Glass, designed by Priscilla and Chelsea. And then Quilter and Cross Stitcher. And I think the series, are we done? I don't think we're done with the series, so I think there's going to be more. I don't think I have any on my plate right now, but I think there's going to be more. Now, on the Cross Stitcher, I did all the thread as called for. But then when I got to Quilter, the threads were different in the pattern, so I used these threads down here in the quilt blocks and up here, and then put the pink next to the font. So I changed, I think in her pattern she had it blue, but I just changed it around, and I was inspired by somebody on Instagram who had done something very similar, because I am going to put these two in my office just because I am a quilter and a cross stitcher, and I don't think these two necessarily need to go with the others as far as stitching. But I really like the colors, and I kind of took a long time to start this one because I really could not figure out how I wanted to do the quilt. So I was so happy when I saw something on Instagram that I really liked. So this is part of Word Swap. I think there's probably like 4 or 5 left. And then another series is called Blooming Roots by Stitching with the Housewives. And this is like a really big series where there's actually like a house with stuff around it and then a sign at the top. But I'm not doing all that because we have this new frame. It's called White Shabby Chic 4.5-inch frame. And I just think the house fits so nice in there, and it was just something simple. I could simplify. One of the things that I did do is in some of the very first one, there were no stitching in the windows, the first 2. And then the subsequent ones started having stuff in the windows, but I'm leaving all my windows open just so that they kind of match. And on the quilter, I basically used the same threads that was in the cross stitcher. And then on 2 of the houses, I had to shorten it. So I just took like 2 rows out, nothing hard. And I didn't do it on, a computer or anything. I just kind of like hand wrote it out. These all measure about 4 inches high. I used called for floss. And like I said, I just changed the windows. And then, I just made all the bottom 3 have this little angle. And I think I might have changed this thread. And this is the pale gray gingham. And kind of when I'm doing this, I'm trying to think about where am I going to fit all of this. And so since I've made so many big pieces, if I made that whole big blooming roots, I don't know where in the world it would go. So these are blooming roots. Now these are the first 4. There's going to be a total of 12. I probably won't do the Halloween one. I don't think there's going to be any bonus ones, but I can't say for sure. And then this year, Little House Needleworks came out with a series. I think it might have been a series. I'm not sure if it was new or not, or if it was just new to us. And it was a series where you get the pattern and the floss in one package. And which one did I do first? I think I might have done this one first. I just loved it. And so I thought, you know what, let me do all 4 of them. I was thinking of doing these in 2025, but I couldn't wait. So I made all 4 of these in 2024. They're called seasonal samplers, and you can buy them individually, or you can buy the set of all 4. I stitched this on 14 count natural witchel, which I really love stitching on. It's very crunchy though, so it's gonna dry your hands out. And I did change this white. to be, it was more of cream and the floss pack. And I just pulled some leftover bamboo from another project. And I am not sure how I'm going to do these. I had thought about making pillows, but they're kind of big. So if we put them in a dough bowl, they might just be too big. So we might just frame them and then put them all in, like next to each other. But I do think if we did something where we got a fancy mat and the mat just fit all four, that would look really good, but that probably costs too much. So probably won't go that route. And then on any of these, if you want to see exactly what color I changed, I go through that throughout the year. But I make small changes. Okay, now this is earlier in the year, February. So during Be Mine Stitch Along, these were new roundabouts that were designed by Stitching with the Housewives. I'm going to lay them all out first and then talk about them. There's 4 patterns, and then one of them is a bonus. So it's just 4 PDFs. So I'm going to tell you the names of all of them. They were all stitched on 14 count petal pink RIT dye. So thank you to Denise for dyeing that for me. She just took a white 14 count Witchell. I used Called For Classic Colorworks, and then we ordered quite a bit ago a round frame that we want to frame these in. We're just waiting for that frame to arrive to be able to put it in there. And if it doesn't come eventually, then we would go to the framer and take it. That's what we've been waiting on. So once it comes in the store, Denise will finish it and we will show you how to do it. So these are all PDFs. This is Love You More, Love Notes, Key to My Heart, Love Is in the Air, and then, no, Love Is in the Air, and then Roses Are Red is the bone. Oh, it isn't a bonus, it's a separate. So there was 5. There was 5 separate ones on this one. And these are super quick to stitch up, and this will be really cute. Now I'll put all these together in one spot when I decorate. I don't know where I'm going to start putting everything, because when we were decorating, my kids started negotiating. They were like, we're going to negotiate, because they didn't want to put everything out. So I ended up bringing half of my Christmas decorations to work because they didn't want me to put them all out. So that's probably what I'll end up doing with Valentine's Day too. So these were from February 2024. This is Made with Love. This was our free PDF pattern for Be Mine, and so it's a free PDF. It is 3 inches by 3 1/4. I stitched 14 count Platinum by Zweigart, Called For DMC, and then this is the wooden piece that we sell. And this is, you can hang it up right here. It's called Small Soft White Wooden Easel. No, it's not. Oh, it is. It is. We turned it upside down. That's right. We turned it upside down. And then the next one, it kind of matches, kind of goes together. It's the Love Mini Signs. Maybe they don't match too much. So this is, there's a mini signs series, and there were 6 of them, and I got 2 of them done. So this is Love, and this is Home. They're both part of the mini sign series by It's So Emma. I stitched both of them on 28 count Mushroom Lugana, which I will say I did struggle with. I used Called For Classic Colorworks. The Lugana was just a little bit, it was a little bit harder for me to stitch on, which is very interesting because Cheryl loves stitching, and Denise loves stitching on softer fabrics, where I love stitching on the crunchy fabrics. And so there's 6 total. You can buy them individually or as a set. Okay, the next one is called Imprints. Now these next ones that I show you pop-ups of, these were just taken to the framer in November. So this one is called Imprints Love and Heart by Heart and Hand. Really small stitch, and that frame that you're seeing right there, I have stitched a lot of pieces and had them put in that frame, and they're all the ones that were stitched with that frame, I used 28 count light tote Swigart, which I also struggled with. But with that, kind of the frame and the fabric all match. I used Classic Colorworks Sea Shelly and Licorice Red, and so we'll show it to you when we pick it up from the framer. They have a big backlog, so it might be February before we get that back. The next one is Collector's Heart 2024 by Heart and Hand, 28 count light taupe, called for Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works, and then that same really skinny frame. And this one, I really had fun stitching it. I remember it took me like 2 days or something super. Thank you to Cecily Fisk for the super chat. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Thank you. You too. Okay, I stitched this also as part of the Be Mine series, the Be Mine stitch along in February. It's called Hello Valentine. It is pretty big. It's about 8 by 10. I stitched on 14 count chalkboard black, called for floss, and then Priscilla finished this for me. And this one I'll probably put on an easel just because it's so big. So cute. I love the roses. They're very like therapeutic to stitch. So you're going to see lots of Valentines, lots of Christmas. I really love to stitch and decorate with that. This is Love Forever stamp, designed by Jocelyn, available at Fat Quarter Shop. This is the 14 count Kimberly's Pink by Witchelt, called for DMC, and then this is the soft white scalloped wooden easel display. So it's a different wooden piece. We're trying to do wooden pieces that are made in America that that we can bring to you at an affordable price. And we're trying to keep a lot of them white just so that they go together even though they're not all made from the same vendor. The next one is the 2024 Charity Moonbeams Quilt and cross stitch. So this is the cross stitch, and I stitched on 14 count navy Witchel and called for floss, and then the frame you see there it's a frame I've used quite a bit, but that's basically the frame that we finally chose to frame it with, which is a different frame than what we did for our model display, just so that you can always see two different options. I feel like that white frame really pulled out the white and the dove. And when you're doing like a dark fabric, you really need a frame that's going to stand out so it doesn't kind of bleed together. The next one is Believe in Magic. I think I stitched that in July as part of Jolly July. This one's 8 by 11, and that is 14 count chalkboard black, called for floss. It's at the framer, and this one is framed, obviously finished different than Priscilla's. I wanted a really thick frame, and so that's the frame that I picked. I don't think I've used that frame before, but I wanted this one to be more of like a piece that, could actually go on the wall if, because I don't have any room left on my shelves, so we're going to the walls now. Hopefully this one doesn't get rejected from my kids decorating. It's so funny. It took us 6 hours to decorate for Christmas, and that means 6 people to decorate for 6 hours, so it was like 36 hours. So they were just like, okay, we've had enough of you and your decorations. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some pieces that I've stitched in 2023, and they came back yesterday from Priscilla. So Priscilla finished these for me. These were stitched in Jolly July 2023 or December.
Jolly Housewives.
Jolly Housewives 2023. So this is the Christmas House Sassy Stripper, the Christmas Stack Sassy Stripper, Santa Scale Sassy Stripper, Down Through the Chimney Santa Stripper, and then this was a bonus. And so these, she finished these where she did 2 sticky boards, glued them together, used the Priscilla and Chelsea ribbon, and then the ribbon, and then these are probably from Walmart. And this fabric right here is stitching with the Housewives Stripes by Henry Glass. So you can see the fronts and the backs. Huge thank you to Priscilla for finishing these for me. When I was decorating for Christmas and I had small stuff, I was like, I know there's more. I know there's more that I've stitched. And Kevin's like, how could there be any more? This is like, he was so overwhelmed. But anyway, it was really funny. And then I did have Peyton pull out the sleigh. I had hid that. And so I had Peyton put together the sleigh in the garage. And then Kevin walked out there and he's like, what is this? And Peyton was like, I don't know, ask Mom. So that was kind of funny. I should show a picture of it. I have all my Christmas gifts in it. Okay, these were also done in 2023. These are Roundabouts by Stitching with the Housewives. And these just came back yesterday from Priscilla too. So this one is Mr. and Mrs. Vintage Roundabout.
I don't know what these are.
I'm going to just tell you the names. I'm not sure exactly what order. This is Santa's Gingerbread Reindeer, maybe. No, Santa's Gingerbread, maybe. Reindeer Delivery. December 25th Roundabout. And then this is the bonus. Okay, so on these, what she did is she used circles, and she did the sticky board on one side, sticky board on the other, wrapped the ribbon around, and then these, we'll have to ask her where she got them. This is her ribbon, and then these were hot glued down, and then this is just twill to hang it from. So I could either hang it, or if I don't want to hang it, I could just set them up. Super cute. And then these are all on Rit Dye Petal Pink. So they all kind of matchy. And Denise dyed all of those. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like everything I do, it just multiplies. Okay, now these were actually made in 2024. This is poinsettia seeds. I know I'm not saying that right. Peppermint seeds. Mistletoe seeds. Fraser fir. And these were also finished by Priscilla. And then these are basically the same thing. 2 sticky boards with the Henry Glass fabric. Lori Holt Cloud Vintage Trim, a piece on the back, 2 ribbons, and these are really cute. These I'm not sure where I'm going to display, but I kind of vision them in front of like maybe like a wooden box, and then just have them like that. Super cute. And I use call for floss and chalkboard black 14 count. Okay, and I also did these in 2024. So this is Sleigh Bells Ring, Roundabout. Holly Jolly Christmas, Roundabout. Driving Home, Roundabout. You know what's so funny is I don't remember stitching any of these. And then Better Not Pout. So I don't even remember stitching these, so I couldn't even tell you when. These are all stitched on 14 count chalkboard black. Jolly July is what Denise says. Calls for Classic Colorworks, finished by Priscilla. Thank you, Priscilla. Oh, this is what she wants made, is this. So we need to give this to, yeah. So she did a circle sticky board on the front, circle sticky board on the back. The front, and she has batting in it. This little twill that she bought pre-made, ribbon, so cute. And the black and white really looks nice next to the red and white Chelsea check. And then thank you to Roxanne Pacello. She says thank you for the continued inspiration in cross stitch and finishing. Thank you so much. Okay, the next one is at the framer. It's called Gather Today by Hands on Design. And it's a smaller stitch that I did on 14 count natural witchelt. And I don't think I've used this frame before, but I just wanted something that would make the design look a little bit bigger since it's such a small design. I did change all of the floss in this one. I used bamboo, marmalade, pumpkin harvest, sticks and twigs, bean sprout, and tropical paradise. And then the other one that's also at the framer is Hometown Holiday Sampler by Lori Holt. And this one I used the same frame she used on the sample cover. And that's 14 count natural witchelt, which is a different fabric that Lori used, called for DMC. And the frame is a little bit darker in person. And all of the ones that I took to get framed will all have museum glass on them. And we will show them to you when they come back. Another one that's at the framer is the Quilted Scarecrow by Lori Holt. And this one, the same thing. I used a 14 count oatmeal by Lori Holt, so I used a different fabric than her. And I think this might be the same frame that she used.
That's the same frame.
Yeah, it is the same frame. And I used called for DMC, and again, this will be probably finished end of January. And then I finished Barn Sweet Barn 2024. This one is designed by Fat Quarter Shop. It's a PDF pattern. I used Pale Gray Gingham by Fabric Flare. I didn't finish it in time for us to get it to the framer. So we're going to take this to the framer when we pick up the other one. Called for DMC, and this one, when we show it to you, we'll also show you Cheryl's finished one, and then, oh, you want to go get it? Yeah. Okay, so we'll go grab Cheryl's finished one, and I'll start answering questions. Kay asks, will I be trying some new different designers next year? I just stitch what I love, and I look at the Fat Quarter Shop What's New page just like all of you, and if it looks like something that will fit my home decor and I like it, I will stitch it. I don't, that's just all how I pick it. I'm not going to stitch anything I don't like, and I don't stitch with, I don't do anything like primitive, but we do show you all of the things that Denise and Cheryl stitch because they do stitch with a lot of different designers, so that's the way that we kind of get other designers in there. DAZ Stitcher says, my 2025 goal is to get at least a quarter of the stitching done as Kimberly does in a year. Very impressive so far. Thank you. And I feel like I did so much less this year. And I know next year I'll be even doing less because Emma's going off to college. Okay, so now we can show you Cheryl's next to mine. This one is 14 count. Pale Gray Gingham, 2 strands. This is 25 count Cloud Lugana by Lori Holt, 1 strand over 1 square. Patty Watts would like us to demonstrate how to make confetti stitches without traveling the thread. I think I've done that before. I think we did that in Cross Stitch University. On the monthly weigh-in, do we sell the magnets? We don't. What Priscilla and Chelsea do is they buy them at Home Depot, and they buy the more expensive ones. They said, I just heard that in their video, they said, just go to the magnet section in Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards, I think is where they live. Whatever's the cheapest, don't buy those. Just buy the ones that are more expensive. I know that's what they do. I want to order NPI or Belle Soie and tip my toe in Can I stitch with NPI and Fancy Floss on the same project, or do they not look good mixed? I haven't tried it, but I know Belle Soie mixed in with Classic Colorworks would look fine. NPI, because it's solid, I would probably mix that in with like a DMC so it's two solids next to each other. ND Quilter says, keep up the good work. Kimberly, stitch what you love. Christy says, Barn Sweet Barn, pretty colors. Love the cute scarecrow. Your frame choices are beautiful. Thank you. One thing that I do is at the framer, I kind of go to the same frame over and over. But I do kind of keep that in mind because I do want everything to kind of matchy when I do that. And a huge thank you to Priscilla for finishing all of those, and for Denise for finishing all of those. Make sure you join me on January 8th, and I'm going to have my plan for 2025. And you know what? This year I haven't even started cheating yet. I usually stitch way ahead of time, and I haven't even cheated yet. So we'll see how much I have done before we start in January. I hope all of you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you guys soon.